Good morning, Blair Bears. I just wanted to welcome you to part 2 of the Sophie Buddle episode of Spaced Out, one of my dearest friends and favorite comedians. And if you haven't listened to part 1, then that came out yesterday. Go ahead and listen to that first. This is part 2. Please enjoy, baby. And don't forget, I'll be in Cincinnati this weekend at Commonwealth Comedy Club. And I really want to see you guys all out there for shows. It means the world to me when you come out. So I will see you there. And I'll see you in Grand Rapids, Michigan at Dr. Grin's, March 26th through the 28th. And in Hollywood for Netflix is a Joke on May 5th, baby. All tickets at punchup.live/Blair Socci. Okay, enjoy the second half of this episode. I just love it, and I love you. Okay, bye.
The reason that we are the dominant species, Homo sapiens, human beings, as we now know them, is not because we were smarter than the other Neanderthals. It's because we were more violent. We killed all of the other humanoid similar species because we were the most violent. And so everybody talks about like we're the ones walking around here because we were the smartest ones because of evolution. We were the smartest ones. It is not the most practical thing. It is not the most practical thing evolution-wise to be the smartest ones. It only makes sense to be the most violent as long as intelligence is matched to oversee your violence.
Right. That's so interesting. I've never heard that. Where'd you find that out?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know. Yeah, that's fine. We don't. One thing about this podcast is we do not cite our sources.
We do not fact check.
Ever cite our sources.
No, we don't do that here.
No, that is not
we say
my
leave
problem.
your sources at the door. You come in here.
Yes.
You leave that outside.
One of my most favorite things ever that has happened today, and that is I have learned so much. This is a great thing. I learned so much from my friends. They're all so smart and so beautiful, which leads me to ask, I have very specific taste in comedy, as you guys have heard. Like a lot of times when you've been doing comedy for as long as I have, like 12 years or whatever, you can see where a joke is coming. You watch so much comedy. Even sometimes you can be like, wow, that's an incredibly well-written joke, but I didn't laugh. You know, like, so the people that really excite me and that like after this many years of watching comedy that I watch and I'm like, wow, I could watch them forever. Like, this is incredible. And that's Sophie for me. And like, I just find you so interesting to watch because you're so gorgeous and you got those beautiful bazungas and your delivery is so silly, which is my favorite part of a comedian. I think a lot of stand-up is way too serious these days. Like, it doesn't feel fun or make me laugh.
You have to be silly.
Even like serious, dark topics, like bringing a silliness to them. And so what I want to ask you, we kind of touched on it earlier, is like people just have no idea what's coming when you walk on the stage. Same for me, but not to the same degree, I think.
No, I think very similar. I think that we have a very similar, like I don't think that our comedy necessarily is similar, but I do think that we have a similar, like, disarming essence.
Well, people assume we're going to be one way.
Yeah.
And then it's completely different because like they make unconscious assumptions about you when you walk on stage.
Yeah.
Because you're a bombshell and you immediately reveal.
They think that I pay my taxes.
Yeah.
Wrong.
Well, and you immediately reveal like, no, actually I'm a legit genius.
No.
And like a joke writing assassin.
You're crazy.
I'm not crazy.
I feel the same way about you. I love your comedy so much. It's so surprising. And yeah, I totally agree. And I think that also, because we've both been doing stand-up for so long, you never really stop caring what other comics think of you. Like, so much of stand-up is like you're doing stuff kind of for the back of the room a little bit. Like, you want to impress the comics that you admire, obviously.
God, I actually don't feel that at all.
No?
No.
Well, I do. And so that's why it's such a good compliment.
Well, I feel like since we both started, I'm like, you're my favorite comedian. You're like, you're my favorite comedian. And it's like we just say that back to each other like over and over and over.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's totally what you said. Like, it's like unexpected. And there's so much stuff where it's like you can see where a joke is going. You know where the twist is coming. Like, and it's fun and it's good and it works on the crowd. But to have something that truly is unexpected is really rare and really exciting.
And like your delivery is so silly that it is.
I love to be silly.
And it is in itself a full misdirect, you know?
Well, I think that it's also like just how I talk. Like,
no, you 100%. It is.
I am silly.
100%. That it is how you talk off stage.
Yeah.
Like you are
so
fully silly.
Sometimes I don't usually do like meet and greets after shows when I'm on the road just because of COVID-19 pandemic mostly. I'm not trying to get
same with me. And also I'm like usually I'm trying to do it now because everyone I've open for except for Jesselnick, who's absolutely on my side. I'm so drained after doing 2 hours.
Totally. But sometimes when I do them, I often find the thing that people come and say to me afterwards is they go, whoa, I was going to tell you that I like love your onstage character. I love your onstage persona. But now after talking to you, I realize that's just kind of how you're at.
Oh my God. They all say the same thing to me. They're like, people always ask, how did you develop that character?
How did you come up with that kooky voice?
I know. I'm just like, it's not a character. It's like how I actually am. And when I go into like Hulkmania, that's also like a very real side of myself.
I think that you and I also both are attacked by the voice police online. Yeah. We both get all the same comments, voice is annoying, voice is pissing me off, that kind of thing. There was a couple times that it really bothered me.
Yeah, same with me. It really.
There's a couple times that like really, really rubbed me the wrong way because it's like so much of stand-up, as a fan of stand-up, so much of stand-up is enjoying somebody's voice. And so it is such a good insult if you're trying to make someone feel insecure because so many of the biggest comics kind of have just like a nice, deep radio voice. And so it's just easy to listen to them talk generally. And so I was really upset. I was talking about it with Mace, and Mace was like, no, that's just the new incel thing. Like,
it is.
They've figured out that if they make fun of your voice, it doesn't matter what you're saying.
It discounts everything you're saying.
All they're doing is saying, like, you shouldn't talk. I don't want to hear you talk.
It makes you obsolete. It 100% is and I remember, like, the first time I really started getting it was when I did, like, a very prominent liberal political podcast, The Daily Zeitgeist, which I have grown to have like such a great relationship with their fans. Like they support me so much on the road. Like I adore them. But when I first started going on it, I was so shocked because I was like, I thought these men are supposed to have like compassionate values. That's why they're listening to a very liberal political process. And the next time I went on, like they make you do like things that are underrated and overrated like every time. I brought it up and I was like, I think that it's absolutely crazy that I'm getting from liberal men, which is just a blatant form of misogyny to like police the tone of women's voices because it's another way to just not listen.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is the way I was born.
It's also the same thing when someone is like constantly correcting your grammar in conversation.
Oh, I say if you correct someone's grammar, you're an insufferable person and you are living a joyless life and you don't deserve friends.
Well, it's exactly the same thing as critiquing somebody's voice. Like you're critiquing something about them in conversation. You're just putting them down. You're just saying, I know a little bit more than you. And that's all you're saying. You're not responding to what's being said. And it's so much more effective if you actually have thoughts and if you actually care about something to talk about the ideas and not talk about how it's being presented or, you know, factors like a voice or grammar.
But that's because these people like haven't thought deeply at all like questioned why they're thinking that. Or, you know, and like they're just savage on there. Like there's all these armchair people, like the way that Brene Brown says, like, don't take any critique from someone who's not in the ring doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
And it's like, I didn't post on social media for the first 10 years of my career.
Same.
Remember, we used to talk about it a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't post clips till I first put out my first hour special.
Yeah.
And I was so fearful of showing up online because, like, these people just tear you down. And it's like, you think it's not scary to put yourself out there for, like, public denigration, you know, like
no,
you guys have no idea.
No, it's so crazy, and there is also a ratio of hate that female comics and just like female influencers get that other people can't really fathom. Like the amount of criticism you get before you have fans is so big.
Oh, it's
and
so
I
intense.
think that people don't realize that it's like if you get into the wrong algorithm, you could have 2,000 Instagram followers, but you could get 2,000 hate comments if a clip goes viral in the wrong algorithm.
That happened to me a bunch with my special clips.
Yes, me too.
And it was really a process. I was mentioning yesterday, like, I really regret starting posting at the time I did, but it just like didn't feel authentic to me. Like, self-promotion is brutal. Like, I just want to do the art, you know? But also, all my girlfriends are like, there will come a time where you will no longer feel it. You won't feel it. And that did happen, which is sad.
But I think it's the growing of your fans. Like, I think that if you have positive comments and you know that there's people that like what you're doing that are already there, it's also less chance it's going to get into the wrong algorithm because it's already being fed to so many people that like you. It's just easier for it to find the right people. But I think before you have fans, getting hate stuff is so hard.
Yeah.
Because you're just like, oh, this is the only feedback I'm getting.
Yeah. Your sense of confidence about where you're at in your career is so difficult, you know, but when you're like have a small audience, because you're like, oh my God, this is what people feel, how people view me and see me. Like,
but it's also like completely disproportionate who comments online at all.
Yeah.
Like it's completely representative of who feels empowered to speak in regular conversations. It's older white men.
Or
and also
very young, radicalized YouTube men by these psychos that are like literally 15.
Yes, but it's the same people who in society feel that their voice needs to be heard. And so that is clearly reflected. Women, we see something we don't like online, we scroll away because we're just kind of like, I don't like this. I'm just not going to engage with it.
I would never say something mean about another person's work, like to them, or like I don't even really like to do it in private.
No, I mean, I'll send a clip I don't like to a friend and be like, LOL, you know, just to be a bully, just to be a mean girl. But that's private. It's private.
I haven't followed anyone for years, so I don't even see a lot of outrageous stuff.
I wanted to talk to you about this today because I saw you posted on Threads yesterday. I don't know what that's called. I assume tweeting. I saw you tweeted yesterday.
Well, you know, I deleted my Twitter the morning of the inauguration.
Oh, wow.
It was really hard for me because I was really deep in my relationship with Twitter, and we really had a thriving relationship on there as well.
Yes, we did. But we can move to Threads.
Thank
no worries.
I appreciate that.
Not a problem at all. But you are considering following people again. Is that true? Or you're doing rage bait online?
No, I really think it'll either be today or tomorrow.
Wow.
After 5 years.
Can I count on a follow?
Are you kidding me?
Can I count on a follow? Let's get it on the record.
You'll be number one. You'll be follow number one.
At least one day, only follow me. At least for one day.
Okay.
And it's going to make all of our friends jealous. Everyone's going to be
I don't like to make anyone jealous. That's why I follow 0 people instead of like 200.
And of course, but for one day, no, I can see you tapping. You don't have to do that. Don't be tapping. Don't start tapping. You're okay. It's interesting that you're getting back into the Instagram following game right now.
I just find that there's so many comedians now, and like I've never had trouble like getting booked for clubs weekends in the like, I don't know, last several years that I've been headlining. And now what I'm seeing is there's all these kids who started by putting their first set ever online.
Yes.
They've built these massive followings while being in like year 2 of their comedy.
Yeah.
And they just are like really good at like posting and the algorithm and editing and all that. And they just are like relentless posters. And so then the 500,000 followers, 1 million followers, and they've been doing comedy for 2 years, and they suck at stand-up, but they have a massive following, and ultimately, like clubs, it's business, like their bottom line, they don't care about art at all. They care about trying to sell the most.
Yeah, and I think I have a theory about some of that because obviously we watch that as stand-ups and we're like these weird characters and stuff. This is not funny, and the stand-up is bad, and like what is going on? But I realized that I think this might have been Mace's theory, is that when somebody is posting every day, no matter what the quality is, you are becoming part of somebody's life.
Right.
If you liked one video of somebody who's one of these people that posts something every day, if you liked one of their videos, that means something about them spoke to you.
Right.
If every day you look at your phone and they are giving you something, that person is now part of your day.
Right.
That person is part of your life.
Right.
This is it is a comfort thing.
Right.
And so they will come see you and they will laugh because they think that you're just their friend. It's just part of my life.
Well, that was a big reason why I wanted to start a podcast. And I never wanted a podcast before the moment that I started one, and it just happened serendipitously.
Yeah.
Where I was like, oh, I really like with the last year and everything I went through, and it just changed me overnight, so aggressively. I was just like, I just want to connect with people in a different way than stand up and talk about everything, laugh, cry, like all this stuff. And it's just been such a joy to do. But it was the first time I've ever had that genuine interest. And I am now posting 5 days a week, and I am trying to catch up, and I will. And I am growing, my following, and I'm pretty pleased with like the growth. But
there's always room to post more tit pics.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for that suggestion.
Please. We're waiting. What are your fans called?
Blair Bears.
The Blair Bears are waiting. We're waiting for tits.
I do post like a handful of bikini pics a year. And I didn't ever do that.
It's a new year, sweetheart.
When I was young, because I was so about like not being sexualized. And I had such ideas that it's sad looking back of like what being a woman was, and that consciously or subconsciously, as I keep saying, I had an idea that no one wants to listen to women, And so I was wearing XXL flannels and all this, like trying to really dress down. And I think now, like, people have asked me, like, I'll dress up for a taping or whatever. But I just feel funnier. Now it's not about the audience.
It's about comfort.
I feel funnier, like, when I'm dressed like a 14-year-old skateboarder.
I think that the biggest thing is you have to do sets for yourself. And we're all doing stuff for the audience. We're like, oh, I got to dress this way for the audience. I got to do this bit because the audience loves it. I think you got to do sets for yourself. I think you got to dress however you want. You got to do whatever jokes you want to work on. And I think that the right people will find you.
See, like, this is another thing I'm learning about the neurodivergence. I don't ever think about the audience. Not once in my life. I've never been like, oh, that joke probably won't work here. Or like, they probably won't like that here.
Cool.
Like,
that's so cool. That's so funny.
I never think about the audience. Like, I have to be true to myself.
So when you're on the road, you're doing like, whole town. You're doing all of your jokes that you do in the city. You're doing it.
I never change.
You don't alter. That's very cool because I'm doing shit you would not believe. When I'm on the road, I'm doing bits about how edibles are strong. And I'm doing just the hackiest shit because I'm like, well, this is what they'll want. And then now I've realized that it's like, no, it's like you have to do exactly what you're doing. You have to do exactly the jokes that you like to do.
Well, I've always been like this since the day I started. And it's because, again, I'm like uncalculated. Like I only know how to just be myself.
Yeah.
And I only know how to do comedy in a certain way. I've never thought about any of that.
I think part of it for me also is like so much of the industry in Canada is because there's only a couple cities in Canada, and so much of the work that you're doing, if you are a full-time comic, is like some oil rig town. Like you have to you have to take a lot more kind of insane gigs that are out of your comfort zone if you want to make more than $3,000 a year.
Yeah, I haven't done any of the Canadian clubs.
The thing is, the clubs are great, and we have a handful of cities. I'll tell you like what all the good clubs are. And everything.
Yeah, because I love Canada.
But if you're working stand up in Canada, you have to do a lot of stuff that doesn't exist for your artistic integrity. You have to do a lot of tapings that are very specific and themed, and there's a lot of restrictions. But that's the only way that you can literally, because it's like if you're only doing the clubs where you can do the stuff that you like doing, you're doing 4 clubs a year.
God, no, I never think about that like ever, ever, ever. And I never did even from the jump. Like, I think that was my appeal to a lot of people and also to my detriment. But also when I started going on the road, like I toured with Funches for 5 years. Like,
yeah, I remember
and that was the first person who took me on the road. And Funches is so specific in like his own thing, and all his audience are like people that really embrace
very positive,
unique, but like uniqueness.
Yeah.
They reward uniqueness. And so Ron, like, it's so funny because like he has an autistic son.
And I have an autistic daughter.
Yeah.
And so we relate.
But like he asked me for the place that I got evaluated by, like their number and stuff, and just got diagnosed autistic. He thought he was like such a hardcore ally, like doing so many like autistic benefits for years. And like he had a pair of shoes designed like where the proceeds went to autism, like just everything. And he was so shocked to find out like he's autistic. And when I found out I was autistic and told him, he was like, yeah, no, I knew. Like, I 100% knew. Like, I had such sensory issues on the road. Like, I can't stay up that late. Like, I need a lot of quiet, like, before and after. Like, I'm not someone going out and doing a ton of on the road because between the travel and the shows, I'm exhausted.
Yeah. One of my favorite stories about you is this was like shortly after you got diagnosed, and we go to the same extremely cheap Botox place.
Oh yeah, I put all the LA girls onto
dangerously cheap. But
our
I
girl
don't even
Naz
know.
is a talent.
Yeah, absolutely a talent. And so we went together one day for fun, and I wanted you in the room with me while I was getting injections. And
that was so fun.
I knew that you were going to be a little Tasmanian devil in that room while I'm getting needles in my face.
Oh.
And so I said, Blair, can you go sit in the corner? And you said, okay. So you rolled over. You're on the little like Dr. Rolly thing. Your face is facing the wall. The second Naz puts the Botox needle into my face, you go, so I got my autism diagnosis back.
Dude, you have never.
Naz starts laughing, shaking. Yeah, and I'm like, Blair, this is what I mean. I said not to be like this. And you were like, oh. And then Naz was like, well, what was the result? And I was like, you couldn't tell? You couldn't tell from what just happened what the result was?
God, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
See, this is the thing, the lack of like self-awareness.
It was so funny.
Oh my God.
It's so funny. And you better believe that Botox migrated. You better believe that.
I apologize so deeply.
No, that's what the price is right, honey. They're going to get some migration when you have a deal that good.
Wait, I've never heard of Botox migrating.
Usually it's happened to me before where it's like if you lay down like 5 minutes after you get Botox, like it might move to a different muscle.
I feel like I've done that every single time.
Because it's liquid. I know, same. And it's like it only migrates like half the time. But it's like that's why they tell you not to lay down right after. And that's why they tell you not to like go into like a sauna or something because it's like it's all
or like
it's liquid when it's going in. And so obviously it doesn't like solidify right away.
God, that is a crazy ass story that I have never heard before this moment. Oh my God. Okay, what's your skincare routine like?
Basically just moisturizer, but I use the Tatcha. It's
people love that.
Light purple. Yeah, that basically just that. I don't have like an eye cream. I don't do cleanser. I don't do toner.
Wait, how do you take your makeup off?
I use like Nivea wipes.
Oh, you use the wipes. That's very bad, but I will not shame anyone.
Yeah.
Like two of the most beautiful people I know, you and my mother, they use makeup removing wipes.
All of your mothers. I love a wipe.
Moms.
I love a wipe. Yeah,
my moms fucking love a makeup wipe when they say it's like the worst thing for your skin, and yet you both are like two of the most beautiful people I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I use. I definitely wear sunscreen every day.
Which sunscreen?
It is called Mermaid UV Gel.
Oh, I've heard about this one.
It's silver. It's like Korean.
Yeah.
I just get it on Amazon. It's very cheap.
Right.
It's only like $10 a thing. I use it every day. It sits great under makeup. I'll put it on even if I'm doing my makeup at nighttime because it sits so well under makeup. It makes your skin look really good. Yeah.
Okay. So my skin's really sensitive, like a lot, and really dry.
Me too. Me
and
too to
so
both.
A lot of the very popular sunscreens, specifically the Elta MD that all the dermatologists push as like the best protection. And like my parents got us it for like our stockings because there's a lot of skin cancer in my family. And it just like, it always irritated my skin and dried me out so much. Like I hated putting it on.
I'm dry as a bone. I'm dry as a damn bone.
And the dryness is such a sensory issue for me.
Yeah.
It makes me insane. That like I put Aquaphor on my face all day long. It's crazy. I put Aquaphor underneath my makeup.
Neurodivergent women are slugging.
Yeah.
We are slippery slugs.
Yeah, which I didn't know that was a term until Laura Peak asked me what I do for my skin, and I told her that I put Aquaphor on my face, and then she started doing it, and she goes, oh yeah, my friend said, oh yeah, you're slugging. I was like, I'd never heard about that. But my favorite sunscreen, just because I love to put the girls on, especially with skincare, is the Bioma Milky face fluid.
Nice.
And it is so absorbs so well.
It's a pretty cummy name.
I know. Yeah, Bioma, your beautiful sunscreen that I'm obsessed with, and that is incredibly affordable. One of the best products I've ever used. Wow. It gives a lot of intonations of cum, FYI. Thank you for agreeing, Sophie. Yeah. But yeah, like if you're looking for a sunscreen and you have sensitive and or dry skin, Bioma Face Fluid, my favorite sunscreen I've ever used. What's a weird or secret ritual that you do?
Ooh, okay, I got one. So when I'm on the road, I love to take a bath if there's a bath in the hotel.
I love that too.
And I play Catan Universe on my iPad, and I chew Nicorette gum.
Wow, I never knew any of this about you. Wait, I think I knew Catan Universe, but...
Well, that's my secret ritual.
Wait, that's a great one.
Thank you.
Did you used to be a smoker?
No, I just like the gum. I mean, I did
When
smoke.
did you get on the gum?
I did smoke when I was in fashion school, but...
What year was that?
2013. It was after high school.
That's so funny because when I got into my dream grad school in New York, I got accepted into the school no way, and then I got rejected from the 4 easy schools that were supposedly the easiest to get in, like, on the planet. Like, this was heavily researched.
That's so funny.
And like, I walked up and I moved to New York basically without having been there, didn't know a soul. And like, I just remember being stunned outside of the art school by all the kids who are wearing Doc Martens and chain smoke. It was like a wall of cigarette smoke.
Oh, you have to smoke if you're in fashion school. That's how I made friends, because that's what everyone did for lunch. Is you go out and smoke cigarettes. And so that's what I was doing too. But I was never, I don't think, addicted to it. I don't have an addictive personality.
Same,
yeah.
same.
And
besides online shopping.
Same. I actually have a joke I've been doing on stage this week because Trump is trying to buy Greenland.
Yeah.
And
I've heard about it.
As like a compulsive shopper, I like really understand like and so what I think Trump needs to do. I think Trump needs to just like add Greenland to cart.
That is hilarious.
And then wait a week, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, he just got Venezuela. Like, you can't have Greenland until you finish your Venezuela.
The problem is, I don't know at what point or what year in recent years they made instead of add to cart, the buy now option. Then
buy now is killing me.
My nightly 5 milligram gummy, between that and my need for cheap dopamine, my dopamine seeking ass, it is a huge problem.
If I don't receive a package, the day is a failure.
My sweet 93-year-old next door neighbor who is across the apartment from me.
Yeah.
And she's so sweet. I love her so much. Shout out Maria. I love you, bitch.
Love you, Maria.
I love you, Maria. She collects all my packages for me. When I got back from Australia, and obviously it's gotten a lot worse this past year because I've been doing a lot of self-soothing. I strega-nona'd her apartment.
You what?
Okay. I forgot.
Is this an Italian word?
It is. It's the name of a very...
Is that a pasta shape?
...prominent childhood children's book.
Okay.
Where...
Like a hoarder nana?
The pasta gets out of control and fills the whole house and into the town. And like, it could be my age, but like, I feel like the shame that I felt.
So I have the exact same story. This was like I moved to a new apartment, which you know, but my old apartment, I was on the road all the time.
Yes.
And so I had this like lovely gay couple neighbors who would like grab my packages for me when I was away. There was one time where I was like, I don't know if I was away for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, but they sent me a picture of the pile of packages. He sent me that picture and he was like, free us. And then they edited together a picture of them drowning in a warehouse full of packages. And they were like, when do you come home?
I would die. I would absolutely die.
Oh, it was bad.
When I finally got the packages, I hope to God my mom isn't listening to this. Like, she is so disgusted by the way that...
Whatever, she's using makeup wipes. Nobody's perfect.
That's true.
Nobody's perfect.
We all have our flaws, and look.
What are you buying? Because I'm on Depop, I'm on Etsy, I'm on
Etsy.
Real.
This past year, I bought a very expensive, for me, piece of art from, I told you this.
I'll spend anything on art. If I'm in love with an art piece, like you're only supposed to buy an art piece if you need to have
100%.
it. Yeah.
When I got like a paycheck or something, and it was this artist I'd been following on Instagram for a couple of years. I told you I do this. Like, I try to follow artists on Instagram when they're like in their like early stages and try, if I really love them, and try to get a piece because I can see them blowing up while I can still afford it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was very expensive.
You timed it a little wrong. You couldn't quite afford it.
No, I mean, like, it's probably not that much to like regular people, but you know, I'm an artist who has a spending problem. Yeah. So, and then I am constantly, like, most of my money is spent on skincare. I spend hours on skincare TikTok. I just recently purchased, I really hope my mom's not listening to this, but I don't think she does. So I'm just going to be truthful with my audience who are my brothers and sisters. When I finally got all the packages out of her apartment, which took no less than
so many trips,
6 trips, and put it all together and sent it a picture to my producer, Rosh, in Australia, because I just had to show someone because you're only as sick as your secrets. And she was like, oh my God, like I heard you talking about it, but like I didn't know it was real. And that showing her like emboldened me, motivated me to return half of it.
Wow. Wow, good for you. Good for you.
And every time that I go into my local UPS, which is very often, I go, oh my God, don't look. I'm so ashamed. I'm so ashamed. Oh my God, I have a problem. And they're like, no, we support you. We're your best friend.
No, we don't have bodegas in LA. It's our UPS pickup spot is our bodega. This is our watering hole. This is where we go and we see it. We're regulars.
Right.
But my problem is because I'm buying so much stuff on Depop and I'm buying so much stuff on like I'm buying things that are one of one. I'm buying stuff on eBay. I'm back on eBay.
Yeah.
And I'm buying knockoff purses from Japan on eBay.
Right.
And so I can't return these things. And then I also feel pressure to buy them faster because it's one of one.
100%.
And this is, I'm sure, how Trump feels about Greenland.
Right.
It's one of one. It's like, I need it. Somebody else is going to snag it.
He wants somebody else is going to snag those goddamn minerals.
Yeah, the United States of Greenland. I'm trying to stay in this country, and so I support it. I think you guys should have Venezuela, and you should have Greenland.
I feel so.
Period.
You should see what she says when the cameras aren't on. But I think it's so scary that we're back to like full somehow in the Lord's year of 2026, back to straight up imperialism. Like, oh, I want something. I'm just going to go take it.
It should be yours. You guys said you need it.
Okay,
I trust
apparently
you.
she feels that like immigration,
United
ICE
States
is
of
actually
Venezuela.
watching this and is monitoring her.
I love you, ICE.
Oh
clip
my
that.
God.
Clip that. That's the clip.
Oh my God, that'd be so
ICE.
scary. I try to say on this, like, that I try not to make this a political podcast.
Yeah.
Because when I am wanting entertainment, I'm like, I want to break from it, even though I sometimes very often listen to political podcasts.
Yeah.
But when I'm wanting it to be in an entertained mood, like I'm just trying to escape the horrors for like 1 minute.
Of course.
But it's really hard because it always comes out. Okay, what makes you feel the funniest?
What makes me feel the funniest is when you make somebody laugh so hard that they start pushing you.
I always do that. And
I know,
some
I
people
love that.
really hate that.
No, I really love it. And that's one of the things I love so much about you. And also your tight grip of your, you have the tightest grip, like a toddler. Sometimes you'll reach and you'll hold my hand and you'll squeeze it. Like, you know, when a toddler grabs you and you're like, wow.
It's cute aggression.
Yeah, I didn't realize like babies' muscles in their hands develop so much faster than the rest of their body.
Well, you know, my dad and I used to have a joke about this when I was young. And like when I first started, I did a lot of jokes about my family. But my dad like famously and still says this, like says that I am the only newborn he's ever seen that could hold its head up right when they came out. That I was just pure muscle, like just like buff as hell. Like he was like, this kid's a tank, you know?
I see you coming. I'm here.
Yeah. I love that. That's an incredible answer. And then what do you do when you don't feel funny?
That's a good question. I think just abuse like stimulants. I think just abuse caffeine and stimulants because it's like if I'm hyper enough, I like funny will find me.
I love that. You know yourself so well. Okay, and what is your greatest dream?
I think I'm already living my greatest dream, honestly, because it's like I wake up, Mason and I have coffee and we play crib, and then I have a show later, and you know, like I kind of am living my greatest dream. I
love that, and I love when anyone has the awareness and the presence to understand how much they appreciate the life that they've created. I've, over a lot of therapy and time and Prozac, I love you, changed my life overnight, have come to realize life is absolutely now. And so you need to find a way to create a life that you don't escape from. And I think like 5 years ago when I was really depressed, I just was like, oh my God, I am not where I want to be yet. So I don't deserve happiness. I am not starring in a movie like I really want to. Like I want to act so bad
today.
Yeah,
you deserve happiness. Everybody deserves happiness today. You deserve happiness as you are.
Yes.
In the current state.
Yes, because that's how life goes by without you enjoying one moment.
And you know that saying. That's like the way that you spend your days is the way that you spend your life.
It's your life.
Yeah.
100%. And I came to realize that through therapy. And like, I just was so hard on myself because growing up, like I've always been like a high achieving person, and like it's not linear in this industry. Like you could work so hard and be talented and it can still take a long time.
Yes.
And then when I finally realized that and like experienced some deaths, like when Trevor Moore died, I co-hosted that show with him and it was so shocking, his death. Like that really was the point where I was like, oh my God, like I am wasting my life thinking about this bullshit and thinking that I'm not good enough and I'm not worthy of these things that I want. And I'm measuring my happiness by that. And I learned through therapy how to validate myself and feel worth without all my worth was dependent on external shit before the last 5 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like, I'm so much happier. And like, I love comedy.
It's very easy when you're high achieving to have only external validation, like to have validation from men thinking you're attractive, from the industry giving you opportunities, from this or from that. And you can really buy a lot of time for a long time not looking inwards because you're like, oh, I'm getting this stuff. And then all it takes is like one thing that you thought you were going to get not happening.
Which, by the way, is literally every single day. Like the amount of rejection, the millions of auditions, the millions of things are where you get this close or you get it and then something else happens, it folds.
I think this is the thing that all LA and maybe New York people have in common, which is like the actual through line is our ability to be rejected so much.
Right.
Because it's like, it's hard for everyone. Rejection is an extremely difficult thing to take. And we're just every day hammering ourselves, but I learned this new thing, which
I love learning new things.
I'm trying to get 4 no's a week. Have I already told you about this?
No, but I've seen this on TikTok and I've also been trying to be a little bit more bold. Like I was in a meeting pitching my show like 2 days ago and it was like, the guy was like, the executive, it was super cool. Like, he used to work at Comedy Central. Like, adore him. I love all those people. The
Comedy Central people are so great.
They're all so freaking awesome.
Great.
It crushes me. Like,
and they love stand-ups. Like, it's like so cool.
And they were so generous with younger comics. Yeah. Like, they put me on so fast and were so nice.
They gave me the best tape. They gave me the best 10-minute tape.
Yeah, it's just like, they put me on so much. Like, it was just a miracle. It's really sad that whole avenue for, like, up-and-coming comics is gone because that used to be like a huge way that people,
of course,
like.
But those people are still obviously alive and exist and in the industry. They've just dispersed.
It makes me happy though when I see them to see them land at good places because like it was just so devastating. Like them, they all loved working there. They were such good people, and then whatever. Anyways, I think before when I didn't realize before I started trauma therapy and got out of my head and like into my body and really started addressing really painful things within myself. A lot of that I wasn't aware of. Like, I wasn't aware that I had low self-worth because I feel like such a confident person. Mm-hmm. But I really had a deep belief, despite getting a lot of shit, and granted, a lot of it was small, but I've always steadily gotten shit just smaller. Like, I'm waiting for, like, the big thing. Like, I really want to act. Like, I really want to be a comedic actor like Jack Black or Melissa McCarthy.
Which absolutely you can do and you will do. I think that there's also something to be said about, you're from LA, like whatever. You're from not LA specifically, right?
I'm from an hour and a half south, but it's like a completely different world.
Yes, but you're from an hour and a half from LA. You lived in New York. You've lived in LA. Like, being from Canada, whatever things you think are little are comedians in Canada beyond their wildest dreams. Right. Beyond their wildest dreams. Right. And so I think that it is also like, not even being from California, like just being American, there is such a world below this industry. Yeah. And I think that this is a nice thing is like we never look at people that are doing less good than us in the industry. We always look at like whose career do I want to emulate, who's doing better than me, who's getting these things I'm up for. But we're never looking at the people that are like way like, have been doing it longer than us, that have less stuff than us. And it's nice because you kind of don't want to look at that. Well, also like not following anyone on Instagram in the last 5 years. Yeah. I literally genuinely have no idea unless I know that I'm talking to my friend and they're like just had a fabulous accomplishment, then I go find their to share it and promote. But it's like I'm not scrolling and seeing what everyone's up to every day. Yeah. So I'm not like that elimination of feeling like I'm failing compared to certain people or something is not there. Yeah, but if you're feeling bad about things that you're not getting and you're thinking the things that you do have are small in any capacity, it is good to remember like the spectrum of the industry. 100%. And like I completely agree that what I'm wanting is the biggest thing that you could do. But I think you'll have it.
Oh, thanks. I think the same for you. I do feel, though, that because I love, especially female friends, I love my male friends too, but like I love seeing my friends win. Like nothing excites me more.
Me too.
Like I love, it makes me so hyped up. Like my friends' wins are my wins.
Same.
And so
Absolutely.
I've never been jealous in the same way of like, F that guy, he shouldn't get that. I'm more like, oh, I'm so happy for them, unless they're, besides like a small percentage of people where I'm like, oops, you are a bad person or something.
Except for my sworn enemies.
Right.
But a girl can't have sworn enemies anymore.
Like people that hate women or like destructive or whatever, stuff like that.
Oh, I can't have a nemesis?
Right.
Sorry, woke police.
But besides that, it's like I have always, I think it's from athletics where I'm always like the cream rises.
We're a team.
Or we're a team. And also the goods are shown. It's something you see immediate feedback on. Like if someone got it, like, you know, it could just be a luck thing. It could be like, I'm not right for this or whatever. I need to keep working and improving all the time.
Yeah.
You know, but like now before I got therapy, like I would be able to be happy for someone and sad for myself at the same time.
Mm-hmm. I think it's a similar thing with our parents where you can have empathy for something that your parent did, but then still know that you deserved better, which is, I think that's something a lot of people struggle with when like holding your parents accountable for something, because it's so easy to like see their point of view and make excuses for them. And you can still do that while being like, I deserved this thing that I was missing.
I think for a long time, though, I convinced myself I'm not getting this because I don't deserve it.
You told yourself that?
Not on purpose.
Yeah.
But I think I thought that without realizing it.
Interesting. I wonder if that has to do with OCD, where it's just like,
I think
not
so.
for me.
Yeah, 100%. Or what? Like I can't.
But now you know I can do anything. Now you know you can do anything.
Well, I've definitely felt that as I've become like light years more emotionally healthy person. I realized like, oh, none of that was true. That was just an idea I held on to, like based on like learning how to absolutely huff rejection every fucking day, which is part of this career if you want it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, now it's much better. And I'm just like, I've come to realize, especially after this last year, like how happy I am that I stuck out this career because I just love it. Like even if I didn't make any money, but that does suck as you get older and I really want to be rich.
No, we live in a country where you do need some money.
It's brutal.
You do need some money in this country. And I always tell people that where it's like, because it's like people will, you know, you'll see a video of like the underpasses in LA and you're like, oh, this is like a third world country.
I know.
But it's like to be rich in America or even just like upper middle class in America is kind of the most comfortable life in the world.
It is, yeah.
And then to be poor in America is like living in a third world country.
Yeah, I mean like God forbid you have like one medical incident and then you're bankrupt. So this is the point of the podcast of the log line for the podcast is pop culture, mental health, womanhood, my weird special interests, and a little bit of aliens.
Okay, literally get that on a shirt. Get that on a shirt yesterday.
Okay.
I will wear that.
Okay,
I will wear that
idea.
proud.
So this segment is our closing segment is called Galactic Gossip, baby.
Galactic Gossip.
Today's Galactic Gossip is about the 1962 comic called There Are Martians Among Us from Amazing Fantasy number 15. I've never read a comic book because I'm a jock and not a nerd, but
hit it.
It illustrates the way fear of extraterrestrials could reflect Cold War anxieties. Mm-hmm. In the comic, a search party gathers around a landed alien craft, but it finds no sign of alien beings. Radio announcers warn those nearby to stay indoors. The action shifts to a husband and wife as he prepares to leave their home despite a television announcer's warning to remain indoors. As he waves goodbye, he reminds his wife to stay inside. The wife, however, decides to slip out to the store and is attacked and dragged off. The husband returns home and, finding it empty, runs toward the telephone in a panic. In a twist, the anxious husband reveals that he and his wife are Martians. The fear that there might be alien enemies in our midst resonated so deeply with the fear of the Soviets and communists from the McCarthy era of the time. Ultimately, in this story, the humans are the ones who accost and capture the alien woman.
Violent.
We are the most violent species. The shift in perspective puts the humans in the position of the monsters, which seems to be quite a common theme.
Also, love this. Even though she's an alien woman, she needs to go to the shop. She loves shopping.
No,
she's one of us.
She's pathological shopper.
Yeah, and it's anywhere in the universe, women exist.
Women
and
exist.
we love shopping.
Women be shopping, bitch.
Period.
The first time anyone's ever said that on a comedy podcast, okay? Sophie, thank to God, to every God, and you know, my God is divine, loving intelligence, not some weird dude, that you came to this podcast today.
I'm in love with you.
I'm in love with you.
I'm in love with you. Squeeze my hand hard.
I'm in love with you. You're my best buddy mentor.
You're the best. I'm so obsessed with you.
We will absolutely be having you back. Please tell everyone where they can find you on social media and your upcoming dates.
Just follow me on Instagram, Sophie Buds. And all of my dates are on
follow.
Instagram.
Okay, you heard it here first. Sophie Buds.
If you can't find me, I am the only person Blair is following on Instagram.
You guys, you know you can trust me. Like, I can't fake thinking anyone's funny or fake anything that I say or anything. Sophie is truly, genuinely so worth going to see live. Like, she is I think she's like the most creative, funniest person working. I'm not even kidding.
Thank you.
So please go watch her. And then I will be in Cincinnati on February 27th and 28th. Please buy your tickets early. Please come see me. I really need to prove to these clubs, okay, that they need to be hiring me. And I need people to come out. And I thank God for every little bit of support. Again, please subscribe to the podcast. Give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. That you have no idea what a difference this makes when you make those reviews. And it just like helps me so much. Any comment, any share, get the word out so I can keep doing this thing because I love it. And I love bringing my incredible friends on. Okay, I love you guys more than you ever know. I fucking love you, Blair Bears. I fucking love you.
And we love you.
Bye!